All right. Hello, Facebook. What is up? It is me, Alexis Olson, coming to you live from Missoula, Montana. We have a really good live tonight. Hopefully I have enough energy. I just got back from a massage and some acupuncture, and I had acupuncture yesterday, and my friend was like, the rate that you get massages is like you're some some athlete or like something, and I just really like to feel good. So if you are hopping on, it's going to be really good. Please drop a 1 in the comments below. We're going to talk all about 2 things that you might be doing that are keeping you from having more freedom and earning extra income. So if you want to watch that, then drop a flame in the comments below. And if you're watching the replay, please drop a 2 in the comments below with the hashtag replay. If you're new to the Lexi West Coast show, by the way, you can call me hashtag Lexi West Coast. Drop a new in the comments below. I just recently finished doing 21 cities in 8 months, traveling full time while working and making an income off my iPhone. Yes, my iPhone. So if you're excited to hear about how I've done it, I'm going to share 2 mindset hacks that might be keeping you from starting an opportunity like this. So stay tuned. Hi Cisco, hi Tiffany, hey Andrew, hi TJ, hi Caleb, hey Jeannie, hey Sarah. Thank you everyone for being here. If you do share this video, I will give you a first and last name shout out. So let's get right into it. I was talking to a friend, an old, not really that old of a friend, but a friend that I met like about a year ago about potentially joining me and linking arms and becoming business partners or working together. And here's what I realized: people outside of my bubble might have this mindset. And let me back up a little bit and just tell you some of my core beliefs and how I operate, where I come from, and what I know to be true about the world and how the world works when you participate in creating your own life and not just doing the regular normal route. We all know how that works, right? We all pretty much know what's expected. And so for me, I don't know if it's the rebel in me, the woman in me, this deep desire in me that I just couldn't ignore. Maybe it's all the people I saw ignore that deep desire in them that I always knew. I was like, I feel like I've lived, life before. I'm definitely an old soul, and I feel like this is my time to get it right and to go after my desires and not hold back. Now, that doesn't mean that there weren't any obstacles or hurdles. There were a lot of those. A lot of times I didn't believe in myself. A lot of times I didn't even know I didn't believe in myself or didn't see myself making money on my own on my iPhone. And I'm going to tell you how I noticed those things and how I overcame them. So if you're excited to hear about that, then drop a bomb. Let me hear from you. Please share this out. Type shared and I'll give you a first and last name shout out. Like I said, hi Kelly, hey Robbie, hey Rosemary, hey Michael, hi Todd. What is up, everybody? So let me breathe. It's kind of hot in here. So anyway, here's what I know to be true. The way that the people that I plug into, the people that I follow, Amanda Francis being one, I always give credit where credit's due. I was listening to her this morning, and this really rings true to me. And obviously there's a reason I follow her, because I believe in how she lives her life. I believe in her beliefs, etc. And we have a lot of the same ones. There's not a lot that I've heard from her that I don't resonate or align with, which is why I am a loyal customer of hers and buy her programs, etc. So anyway, there's 2 different things that I know to be true about the universe. There's practical approaches to your life, and then there's spiritual ones that don't make any sense, but it's like because I decide I want something, I get to have it. And it doesn't really matter how I do it or how many people I talk to make $1,000 extra a month, because in my business is all about relationships, which is all about what life is in general. So let's do a little compare and contrast. And then I'll come back to what I'm talking about in terms of looking and making things from a practical standpoint and a logical standpoint, because I do believe that's important. but then also just like deciding and stepping into your power and knowing you get to have something just because you fucking want to have it. Like that's enough, right? Just because like it's your desire, it's in your heart, so you get to do it. So, I'm going on a different riff than I planned on, but let's go with it. Hey, Kristen, thanks for being here. Hi, Nellie. Hey, Sandy. So say hi if you're jumping on. Please drop a 1 in the comments below. So for example, I am moving, and I'm not going to tell you, I am moving to a really big city that I've always wanted to live in, and I'm very excited, and I'm not moving yet, and I'm not going to tell anyone, so you're just going to have to follow me and try to figure it out over the next couple of months. Hi, Caitlin. Hey, Jared. Hey, Brianna. What is up, everybody? So, in my head, a few months ago, I told myself, okay, before I move to this new city, I want my income to be this much money per month, right? And because, you know, cities are more expensive to live in, and I still want to be able to go shopping every other weekend if I want to. I still want to be able to spend money on my team if I want to. I'm going to have to be able to afford rent. I still want to be able to afford travel, right? So I have to look at all of those things. And in my head, a few months ago, I told myself, okay, Alexis, you're going to stay in one place all summer and not travel and work really hard and grind it out and not go anywhere. And then today I was thinking, you know, I'm going to Kentucky on Thursday. And then I come back, and then I'm doing this cleanse, and so I can lose like 10 or 15 pounds. So I'm going to go on this like little weight loss cleanse and for a few weeks. And then I was like, you know what would be really cool is after my cleanse to go to the naked bike race in Portland. If you all have ever heard of that, drop a 3 in the comments below, because that sounds like something I want to do. And I've been wanting to go to Portland because I used to live there and I miss it. And so immediately I was like, okay, I get to do that. Like I get to also grow my income, and I get to go to Portland because that's what I want to do. And from there, like for me, I know what it looks like to reach my goals. Like I know what kind of hustle and like what my flow needs to feel like when I'm building my business. And we're going to get a little bit more into what network marketing is if you don't know. And even if you do know or think you know, you probably don't. I didn't know what it was. And even though I've been doing it for 5 years, up until this past year, I've just really started figuring it out, because we're always a student, right? Always learning. Thank you, Sarah. So anyway, let's go back to, okay, so I was talking to this friend of mine, and he's really great. I think he's awesome. So if you're watching this, I think you're amazing. And he was very, very skeptical about getting into business with me, right? And he was researching the company, and he was saying all these things that he was finding that were negative about it, and that he just wasn't really sure about it. And that's fine, right? That's pretty much anything you're going to find on Google. And I gave him the analogy that like you can find reasons why you shouldn't drink a gallon of water a day. But do most of us still know? And for most of our bodies, we know like that's what works best for us. So we're not going to go down the rabbit hole and cherry pick some information that might not necessarily be true to us. Like there's risks in everything, right? And for example, when I used to run, people would tell me running is so bad. You should never run. You're going to blow out your knees. You should never do it. And if you go on Google and you look, you can find scientific proven research why you should never run, right? Just like how the American Heart Association, you can find articles and proven facts or research as to why coconut oil is bad for you, and vegetable and soybean oil and corn oil is better for your heart health. But if you have 2 brain cells, you know that that's complete bullshit. That's a totally different topic. But do you know what I'm saying? So Google is not always your best friend. There's a lot of information out there, but you also have to keep in mind that in college, and I always say this, in college, one of the things that I learned, and I promise I'm getting to the point, so stay on if you're still watching. Drop a 4 in the comments below if you are ready to hear the meat and potatoes of this call. Hi, Anna. What is up? Yeah, clothing optional bike ride is what I'm going to be doing in the end of June. So look for those pics on Instagram or Facebook. So one thing I did learn when I did go to college, my first 2 years, is, hey, Alex, is that you have to learn how to be a critical thinker. You have to know how to research. And one thing I learned in psychology is that there is this thing called cherry picking, where if you wanted to prove something and if you wanted to argue something from maybe a different perspective or from your own opinion, either or, you could find enough supporting evidence, can we all agree, on the Google that would support your case. Whatever it is, any topic, it's on the Google. If you agree with that, drop a 5 in the comments below. So here are 2 mistakes that are keeping you just above broke or keeping you in living the regular lifestyle. And if you follow me, you don't want to live a normal lifestyle. You don't want to just do, the same mundane thing. We're in a different world. We're living in a different generation. If you agree, please give me some heart bombs. The world is changing, and we're just starting to see that. People are making money online. Millennials especially aren't going to settle for being unhappy and working until retirement just for there to not even be enough for them. So if you follow me, you feel that every single day, whether you are still an employee or you're considering a side hustle or you're building your side hustle, or you are like me, living your side hustle full time and really picking up a lot of momentum and inspiring others to come along the journey with you and teaching them how to do it and how to do life differently. So that's the world that we live in. I'm sorry, it's fact. Things are changing. Nothing is secure anymore. Anyone can get laid off. The industry that I'm in, that we're in on our team, is recession proof. That's just the truth. And so back to my point. So here's 2 things that people are doing. Okay, so the number one thing that I see people doing, and I think it's very healthy to have a dose of skepticism, right? Or to be a little bit skepticism, or to be, skeptical towards making decisions. I think a little bit of that is healthy. However, thinking that just because something looks really good, sounds really good, sounds like it's, full of opportunity and abundance, the number one mistake people make is separating themselves and all of a sudden saying that can't be real. That's not for me, that's for other people. And you have to recognize that it's you separating instead of you deciding. So there's a difference. You can separate yourself and you can say that couldn't work for me, that's too good to be true. Or you can decide to follow people that have been successful and be like, you know what, I am worthy of this. I am willing to, think about my thinking, and realizing that me thinking I can't do it is just my past conditioning that we're all exposed to. I was the same way. That I thought that, what are we all told growing up? Don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to strangers on the internet. Don't take risks. Make logical decisions. That's because we're programmed to just go with the flow, to just be in the rat race. No one wants you to break out of the norm and create abundance and wealth and time freedom for yourself. And so the second thing that people are doing, or that you might be doing, that's keeping you stuck and separate, is thinking that successful people, or people who've made a lot of money in a different way that just because you don't know about or have been exposed to, that you automatically think that they did something bad to get it. So you have this thing in your head. Hey, Charlene, what's up, girl? So you have this thing in your head that people at the top, hurt people on the way up, scammed people on the way up, stole from people, were mean, were bitches, were assholes, whatever. But that doesn't have to, that's not the case. At least in my industry, I don't know about, lawyers or the corporate ladder, because this isn't the corporate ladder. This is entrepreneurship, and this is network marketing. And in our industry, relationships and how you treat people and how you take care of people is everything, and really, really good customer service. The difference between this world and like a corporation and the CEO at the top is that in this world, you get to qualify yourself. You get to decide when, like me, I made the decision and I edified myself, and I said, you know what? I can triple my income. I can create a full-time income for myself. I can afford rent, afford travel, afford gifts for my team, afford going shopping every other weekend if I so please, afford, paying off my debt. I can have all of that and go on a trip and not make sacrifices because I decided that's what I desire. So I get to have that. And then because I'm in that energy and I believe it for myself and I know I'm worth it and I know exactly what I need to do to get there, I can take inspired action and hustle every single day to get me to there with the right mentorship. And that's exactly what I did. Whereas in corporate America, you have to have a piece of paper. You have to have a degree. You have to have put in the year. And I'm not saying you can just come into network marketing, hey, Rick, and make a lot of money. Like, a lot of us are going to make a lot of mistakes. A lot of us have to build up our level of personal development and emotional intelligence because we weren't taught that in other areas of our life. So yeah, it has taken me a few years to really work on myself and build my confidence up and really decide that I can do this. So like when I first got into working full time with the company that I'm with now, like I like tripled or quadrupled my income from what I was making as a barista my first month, or as a team lead my first month in. And then all of a sudden, like the longer that I had been full time as an entrepreneur, I started these like little doubts and these little outside like world, like, society around me conditioning started trickling into my mind. And I started thinking like, is this too good to be true? Can this really be happening? And I started self-sabotaging myself and trying to sell other things online because I made one promise to myself. And that was that I would never get a regular job again, no matter how bad it got. And I had been tempted, and I almost broke this promise once along my journey. And I was like, man, it would be so easy just to pick up a job, to get my old job back. I could even move to a different like state or location. It would be it'd be comfortable. It'd be a little bit more cushiony, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, and I slept on it. I prayed about it, and I woke up the next day and I was like, what does it mean if you break a promise to yourself though? Like, when have you really kept a promise to yourself, Alexis? Hey, Megan. Hey, Austin, what's up? Or sorry, Austin. Hey, Jamie. Hey, everyone. So, and then I woke up the next morning and I was like, that was some weak ass thinking, Alexis, you're not going to do that. And then a few weeks later, I got a job offer from Orange Theory Fitness. Because I guess I had my resume out on those things from when I was looking for a job a couple years ago when I moved to LA. And, so someone from their recruiting team emailed me and I was like, wouldn't that be kind of fun to take that job? And then immediately I was like, no, you made a promise to yourself. And then it was almost in that instant that I made that decision to say no. And I made a post about this earlier and this is how I made the decision. Is it comfortable? Am I doing it out of scarcity? Am I doing it because I'm afraid? Or is it going towards my expansion, my growth, me trusting the universe, me playing really big, me becoming a better entrepreneur, a better leader, a better friend, someone who gives more? And the answer was obvious. I couldn't take the job, right? And so through that, what I'm saying is that it's just flexing that belief muscle, right? It's just trusting and knowing that you can live this way. And whatever you subconsciously believe, maybe you only believe you can make a $500 extra a month on your side hustle. And that was where my belief level was at. And now it wasn't until just recently that I believed that I could have all of the things. It wasn't. And then as soon as I believed it, and as soon as I decided that I was like, because I obviously didn't believe it. If you guys saw when I was trying to be a life coach or whatever, I didn't believe that in network marketing I could make 4 or 5, 6, 8 grand a month. I didn't believe it subconsciously, which is why I was selling those other offers, why I was writing ebooks, why I was putting other things out there, why I was signing clients to help teach them about network marketing, which sounds kind of backwards. And it's like, yes, I have a lot to offer, and yes, I can do anything I want, really, right? I could do anything that I want. But I decided that it was just because I didn't believe I could do that in just network marketing. And now I've made a decision that I definitely can do that in just network marketing. And so everything changes. The way that I show up, the way that I talk to people, the amount of action that I take completely changes, because it's not whether it's possible, whether I can do it. It's like, no, it's happening. and I don't have to know exactly how. I'm just going to push through until then, like until it does happen. And so, what's up, Brian? Hey, Adina, what's up? So that's the difference. It's just a decision. And a lot of times in the beginning, we hold ourselves back because, like I said, we separate ourselves from the people that are living that way. And then the second point that I said is that we assume that people who are making money online, who are working for themselves, who are living, it's not like we don't have any problems. It's not like we don't get stressed. Like life is pretty much the same, except way better. You know what I mean? And we don't have to ask for time off and we get to travel, but it's like you're still working a lot. And so it's not like all of a sudden we became trust fund babies or something like that. Or like, so the second thing that I mentioned was that you assume that the person who is making money and who is, you know, doing the thing, that they did something bad to get there, that they weren't, you know, compassionate on their way, you know, on their journey. You assume that like it was illegal, like what they did, because on the outside it seems so good to, it seems too good to be true, right? So, yeah, however, it's like we all, you know, we still have problems, and they're just there's just different kinds of problems. So anyway, I challenge you to stay open-minded, and I think this goes for everyone. Yeah, and you get to choose like when you work as well. Like that's definitely a good point. You get to choose when and where you're doing it from. Like whenever I travel, one of the reasons I like to travel so much is because I like to sit in airports, and anytime I'm on the airplane, like I get certain things done. And anytime I run errands, I love running errands. Anytime there's a line at the bank, most people would bitch and complain about that because they're on their lunch break and they have to get back to work. But I love it because I can be on my phone and I can engage with some people that I'm working with, or some people that want, you know, that need, you know, help or need some troubleshooting with the product that I sold them or whatever. And another thing too, that a common misbelief is, so that's really beautiful, being able to multitask like that, because I really feel like I'm being very productive with how I use all of my time. And another thing that's really beautiful is, what was I gonna say? Is that a lot of like one thing that people assume is that you have to be good at selling or convincing. And one thing I was telling my friend on the phone today was that, and I'm not just saying this, and I used to think like in my last, you know, in my other experiences with network marketing, we would all, you know, people would say, oh, you know, we don't sell, we're helping people. And then at the end of, you know, my little like 4-year stint with them, I was like, that's total bullshit. Like we are selling stuff. But I have learned that network marketing really isn't sales. And I've also learned that I'm really bad at selling stuff. And that what we do is that we're in a choice business, and we literally just present things to people, and we're like, here, this is a thing that's changing my life, that's lighting up a fire in me that I had forgotten that I had lost touch with. This is what it is. What do you think? Do you like anything about it? Do you know anyone where a piece of this might stand out to them, where it could impact their life in some way? Whether, you know, linking arms and building a business with it, or just using the product and seeing what it can do for you. And so, and the thing is, and that is the honest truth, because in network marketing, it's not a quick sale. It's not a quick transaction. It's not like going to buy a fridge. It's not like buying a car and making commission off of that sale. Network marketing is a long-term business, and your relationships with people determine if people keep rebuying the thing, and determine, you know, what people say about the thing, and if they go and tell their friends, and they're going to remember how you treated them, and if you check back on them to make sure that they understand the product, or that it's working for them, or if there's anything extra they can do. Hey Alex, hey Sasha, what up? And so those things are very memorable. Like you've probably heard, people don't remember what you did or what you said, they remember how you made them feel. And so, and where traditional sales is not like that. They don't give two shits about how, you feel afterwards, or, you know, all they want is the quick sale. But my business doesn't run or last if I just look at it for what's in it for me. And that's what's so beautiful, is that I get to help people make informed decisions, and if it's not right for them, then that's totally fine. And in fact, I was talking to my friend earlier today, and there was so much skepticism, and there was so much doubt, and there was so much negativity that I could just feel through the phone, that I literally talked him out of the sale. And I said, you know what, this isn't for you, this isn't a good fit. Here, you know, go check this resource out, it's free. If you change your mind or you want to do this, like, this is a great opportunity. I just don't think it's the right time for you in your life right now. I could be wrong. If I am, let me know. I'll always be here. And so that's how I am with network marketing too, is that this isn't just a thing that I'm doing real quick and you won't see from me, or you won't ever see another Facebook Live from me. This is my life career. This is my trade, whatever you want to call it. This is my purpose, because it's my vehicle to my purpose, because I know money can allow me to do the things and impact more people and change my family's life that I wouldn't get to do as a shift lead or a manager, even like the top position at the coffee shop that I worked at. You know, like, I know, you know, my last boss was like a single parent and was struggling and couldn't even buy a product from me because she wanted to. And she works her ass off, and she works like 80 hours a week sometimes. And that's just insane to me. And so long story short is I found a way to leverage into, to leverage my time and to make a huge impact in a way that's not sleazy, that's not spammy, that's not scammy or anything like that. Like, the products that I help people with really help change people's lives, more so than anything that you can get from Google or walking into Walmart or something like that. And everyone who's had a good experience with network marketing products know that that's a fact, that they're just above the rest. And you can tell I'm not just saying this just about my products that I'm associated with. I believe that, like, industry wide. And of course there's some products that like probably suck, and no offense if you're, never mind, there might be some people on here. There's, you know, some things that I just wouldn't be into. Like, I'd probably never buy the nail polish or the leggings, because I just don't, I don't have value, and, you know, I don't see that's not a priority in my life. I'm cool with what I am wearing, and to me it's not really a unique product. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, follow-up is super important for sure. Hey Kayla, hey Hillary. So if you want to be more successful in network marketing, or you want to be plugged into an actual business and not someone who's just like selling stuff and has no idea how the process or the system actually works, then please message me, because I'm your girl. I can help you. I'm connected to some of the best leadership and mentorship in the entire industry, and that's not hype or bragging. That's just like straight fact. You can ask anyone that knows me or that is involved or working with me. Our leadership and our team culture is insane, and our people that join who do decide and believe and know and show up that they want to do this, whatever level it is. You know, you don't have to want to make millions of dollars. Maybe you only want to make $300 a month. They can testify that they get plugged into a system that works for them and helps them reach their goals. So anyway, that's all I have. Please share this video if you got value from it. Drop a hearts in the comments below, a heart emoji if you did get some value from it. And hey Hernan, what's up? Hey Hillary. Oh yeah, I need to message you. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.